All right, so welcome to my video where I break down and show you how much money you can actually make as a Lyft driver to, determine if it's worth it or not. So, this is my Lyft driver dashboard. This is what the driver dashboard will look like once you have become a driver. And so what I'm going to do here is actually go to my driver history tab, where this is every single ride that I gave or every single week of driving for 2017. So you can see I cut the year off a little early, but I drove most of the year here. Um, and yeah, so what I've done here is I've picked a couple different weeks that I wanted to show you guys that are kind of all across the board for different types of weeks that you can expect when driving. So the first one here is this particular week, where I worked 20 hours, made $410, and yeah, so that came out to $20.50 an hour. Not that great, honestly. Most weeks are quite a bit better than this. But also, one thing that's important is kind of the more hours that you work, the more money you're going to make, and the longer shifts you work, the more money you're going to make. I think the reason I didn't make that much this week is because I probably didn't hit the power driver bonus that week. Let's take a look at the next one. All right, this particular week, as you can see there, worked a little over 45 hours, made around $1,388 that week. This was a pretty good week. I mean, my average earnings that week it was about $30, almost $31 an hour. So that's pretty good. That's definitely reasonable, but that's a special week. I mean, that doesn't happen every single week, but it definitely, happens every once in a while that you can make around $30 an hour for 45 hours straight, basically. So let's check out the next one. Oh, and actually, I'm going to go back to this here. All right, so this week I wanted to point this one out because this is the week that I worked the least amount, okay? This one week I worked 4 hours and 38 minutes, okay? 39 minutes. Um, and only made $65.58. And so the reason I wanted to include this is because I wanted to make a point, and I'll pull this up here. Um, this particular week, okay, so this is the example I wanted to make. The more that you drive, the more money you're going to make for two different reasons. First of all, if you want to hit the power driver bonuses if possible, okay? They allow you to make extra money. So if I would have given 55 total rides that week, had 25 peak hour rides, and had a 90% acceptance rating, I would have made a 20% bonus on all of those rides at the 55 or more total rides, okay? And then the other thing is, um, this particular week, this was a really stupid week. I think I knew I had something going on the weekend, so I wasn't going to drive on the days I normally drive, and then started driving 3 different days and probably just didn't feel like it, okay? But I guarantee you that if I would have driven the 4.5 hours or whatever I worked that week in one day, my per hour earnings would have been significantly higher. Okay, that's the point I wanted to make and wanted to show you guys from this example. So if I would have worked, the 4.5 hours or whatever it was in one day, the per hour earnings would have been significantly higher on that day. And yeah, so moving on to what a pretty average full-time week looks like for me would be this one. 34 hours in a week, made $903. So that puts me at what, 26 and a half dollars per hour. This is a super average week for me. So I want to include that in there. And then I also thought I would include the best week that I've ever had on the Lyft platform. Okay, so that's this one. This week, I worked a lot this week. I planned for this too. I knew I was going to work a lot this week because this was the week of the state fair. Okay, so I worked 59 and a half hours that week and made $1,753 in one week. Um, I felt really good about that. Like that's a pretty good amount of money to be making in one week, and is totally possible by driving for Lyft. Like that's what's awesome about it. You can choose to work the most profitable times of day and then also choose to work as much or as little as you want. And this one particular week, I chose to work as much as I wanted to, and work really hard. And yeah, it's totally doable to be able to do that. All right, so that's kind of it gets you an idea of like the different kinds of earnings figures that you could make. Also want to let you guys know about this article that I wrote, and I'll put a link to it below so you can find it, but it's a 6-month Lyft driver pay breakdown. So in this article, I break down not just the earnings, but also the expenses of being a rideshare driver, okay? So talk about like the vehicle depreciation, as well as rideshare insurance, as well as how you can save a lot of money on taxes by being a rideshare driver through the standard mileage deduction, and really dig into that if you're interested in that article. And then also make sure to check out the next video, which is on the driver sign-on bonus and how you can, just by signing up and start when you start out driving, if you enter in a referral code, you can actually make hundreds of extra dollars in your first couple of weeks. So check out the next video for more information on that. Catch you there.
If you like that video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel to see the rest of my free content on my YouTube channel. But I also wanted to let you guys know that I also have a Lyft driver course, okay? A course that breaks down the top strategies that I have learned as a Lyft driver that's given over 5,000 rides on the Lyft platform. The top strategies that I now utilize to increase my income as much as possible on the Lyft app, okay? And then also ways of decreasing my expenses as much as possible to ultimately be the most profitable driver that you can be. Okay, so if you're interested in content like that, I highly recommend you check out my course, and I have a link to that course in the description box of this YouTube video, okay? It is premium content, it is a paid course, but I also have a bunch of free videos on that course page as well, so you get an idea of what you will be learning in the course. But I highly recommend you check that out if you're a Lyft driver that wants to make as much money as possible. All right, with that being said, happy driving, guys. Have a good one.